Hi team, I hope you're all well. Happy Halloween. Today is Halloween, but I will be posting this tomorrow. So I hope you all have a lovely Halloween. I am feeling a little bit under the weather today. I'm coming down with a cold, I can feel it, so I've just had some chicken soup. I'm going to try and get through this video very quick so I can go to bed. I might read for an hour or two, but I'm going to try and get an early night, I think, because I don't feel well at all. So, on that note, we're in my kitchen today, by the way. No, we've gone visiting New York. I'm joking. Yeah, we're in my kitchen today. Obviously, it is now dark when I get home from work, so if I don't record these on the weekend, which I already have about 3 times, but I've changed my mind several times on this readathon. So, we're recording it right before it kicks off, because it starts tomorrow. So I'm taking part in 3 readathons this month. The main one being my NEWTs READATHON, which is a follow-on from the Owls that I took part in September. I will leave a link below that explains everything because it'll take me too long to explain it all, but I have a stack of 30 books. You can't see the whole stack and I'm scared that if I move it, it might fall. Hello. So a stack of 30 books to choose from. Good chance I'm not going to get through all of these, but you can dream, right? So the second challenge I'm taking part in is the Readathin challenge, which has 6 prompts. The prompts are a book that's been in your TBR for over a year, a book gifted to you, a book with fall coloured cover, for goodness sake, I struggle with that every time. Non-traditional format, audio, ebook, manga, comic, graphic novel, etc. Read a book in a cosy spot. I'm assuming you just take a picture. One of the photo prompts for this is actually a cosy spot, so I'm assuming that counts. And the last one is read the group book, which is dress code for small towns, which I'm not taking part in because I don't have the book. It's not on my TBR, and I cannot add another bloody book to this month. So I'm just going to sack that one off, but take part in all the others. The third, even, because that was the second, the third readathon that I'm taking part in is Lalathon. So Kayla over at Books and Lala has decided that she is going to reread some of her favourite books in the month of November. And as her followers, we can take part if we want to. She has put up 2 videos in the last couple of weeks. One of them is her favourite thrillers, the other one is 250 of her favourite books. So you can take your pick out of all of those books. There is a huge number of books. You can read 1, you can read 5, you can read 10, you can make your entire TBR Lalathon. It's totally up to you. Again, I'll leave the link below that will explain everything. So without further ado, let's try and get through this mass bloody... I wouldn't even mind if this is not all of the books because a lot of them are on my Kindle, which also I can't show you pictures of because I did have the covers on my other phone, but when I put the phone up to the thing, it doesn't work. So, can't show you. Sorry. When I get better at editing, I will be able to be like this book here, but for now, we're just going to skip it because I just haven't got the time and I'm just too poorly. So, let's get into it. As we're going through, I'll tell you whether or not these books are then involved in the other readathons. I will let you know. So without further ado, first subject for the NEWTs is ancient runes. Each subject is split then into 3 grading categories. Acceptable, exceeding expectations, and outstanding. You have to have read acceptable and exceeding expectations to get your outstanding, if that makes sense. If it doesn't, kind of tough. Well, no, not tough. The link will be below that explains everything. So, my acceptable book, a book set in the past, I've gone for Prisoner in Alcatraz, which is a library book for starters. It's also a short story with a big text. I've been to Alcatraz, so I'm excited to give this a read because I also love the film, which is great. So yeah, I'm excited to give that a read. Exceeding Expectations, one of the most ancient books on your shelves that you haven't read yet. This is one of my Kindle books. It is in a New York Minute. It's been on my Kindle forever, and it's not a very long book. I don't know why I haven't read it. It's about 94 pages, if that. So, is it 94? 39. It's not even 94 pages, 39 pages. Let's bring this in front so I can see. Yeah. So, Outstanding for Ancient Runes, book translated from another language. We're going to go for The Girl from the Other Side, book 2. I read book 1 for my owls. Did I? No, I didn't. That's a lie. I read it last month though. It's a manga. So this covers, what does it cover? Non-traditional format, because it's a manga. So it covers non-traditional book format for the Readathin, which is good. Arithmancy, acceptable. Book of at least 300 pages. I really don't want this to collapse. Book of at least 300 pages. The Couple Next Door by Shari Lupina. 302 pages. Perfect. Oh, also, funny story about this. I picked this book up from, it's a hardback, from the charity shop a few months back, and it cost me 99p, I think it was. If you go on Amazon, to buy a hardback version of this book is almost £20. Absolute bargain. It's probably my bargain of the year, to be fair. Exceeding Expectations, book that ends on an even numbered page. We're going with Lock and Key by Joe Hill and Gabriel Rodriguez. This is a graphic novel, again covering non-traditional format. It ends on page 168, even numbered page. Last book in Arithmancy is a book that's not first in a series. I am reading The Price of Silver by Josie Jaffrey. It's the second book in a series. The series starts off with A Bargain in Silver, which I read last month or the month before, I can't fully remember, but I have done a review on it on my blog, so I'll leave the link for that below. Yeah, I'm excited to read that. I really want to carry that story on, so yeah, really giddy to read that. Again, it's on my Kindle, so I can't show you the cover. Astronomy, first book is Stars on the cover. I've got Stargazers. It's a short story. It has got it's got a few stars, if you consider dots stars. But yeah, excited to read that. It sounds really good. Exceeding Expectations, a book with the word sky in the title. For this one, I'm going for The Moon, Fairies, Night Sky by Anne Stryker. I read Lurking in the Woods by Anne Stryker this month, and I loved it. 5 out of 5 stars. So I'm excited to give this a read as well. And the last one for astronomy is story that is set on a different planet or world, The Martian by Andy Weir. Really excited to read this book. I loved the film, and the first line in the book is, I'm pretty much fucked. This book's going to be great. I'm so excited. Also, this counts as the Lalathon. It's one of Lala's favourite books, so that covers that. Care of Magical Creatures, A, animal on the cover. Gonna go for Poppy Field, which is a book by the Royal British Legion, and it has horses on the cover, which I'm gonna say counts, but it's nice to read this in November. I think I got this yesterday, so it'd be nice to read this in November for Remembrance Day this month. I'm excited, it's such a beautiful book. So yeah, I'm excited to give that a read. Book under 160 pages. It's got nothing to do with magical creatures whatsoever, but it's under 160 pages, so it counts. So I've gone for Stephen King, Elevation. I got this yesterday. It's a short book, which is unlike Stephen King, but I'm really excited to read it. So we'll see. Oh look, it's got look at that, how perfect is that? Just done that by accident, I didn't even know that was in there. Perfect for Halloween. Excited to read that. Includes dragons in any way. This is the last one for Care of Magical Creatures. Going for Dragon Age. Another library book. Another, oh gosh, the pages are coming apart. Another library book, another graphic novel. It's got nothing to do with dragons whatsoever, but it's got dragon in the title, so it counts. We're going with it. Defense Against the Dark Arts. Is that right? No. Lying. Charms. We're going for charms. Read a book with magic in it. Fantastic beasts and where to find them. Of course, this is going to make a show. I haven't read this. Never read a screenplay before. I'm excited to read it. Giddy giddy. Charms. A book with a cover that charms you buy without knowing what it was about. I'm going to go for Tokyo Ghoul. I've got no idea particular, other than reading the back of it, what this is about. It's another manga that I saw Book Rush reading a while back maybe, but I just really love the illustration. It's so beautiful. Really excited to give that a read. And a book you think will leave a mark. I've tried to be really clever with this because I didn't know what I was going to read. So I've tried to be really clever and I've gone for Stephen King's Cycle of the Werewolf. Because if they get you, they'll leave a mark, right? I think it's funny. I also think it works. So that's what we're going with. I'm thinking outside the box. Defense Against the Dark Arts. I have notes so that I know what I'm reading, so I don't get confused. Read the last book in a series, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. I am finally going to get through all the Harry Potter books for the first time ever. Please don't judge me. I have enjoyed them more as an adult than I ever did as a child. I think I got like through the first book as a child. Couldn't get any further. I couldn't be bothered, to be perfectly honest. I just don't think I could get into them. I've loved them as an adult, so I'm going to listen to this. I am going to listen to it on Audible, and I have the Half-Blood Prince in here as well because I haven't read that yet either. So I've got to listen to them both this month. So, that's made a bit of a noise. Where are we? Read a foiled book. As you can see, this is a foiled book. It is The Northern Lights by Philip Pullman. Again, another book I'm going to read because it's quite thick. Philip Pullman does his own narration for this book and it sounds pretty good. So I'm excited to give this a read. I feel like it's one that I probably should have read a while ago and I haven't. And last but not least, for Defense Against the Dark Arts, book with the word dark in the title of the series name. The Dark Tower and the Gunslinger comics. We're going to go for these. This is a set of 5. This also covers book with fall coloured cover. It's kind of like fall-ish, if you get my meaning. I've just finished The Dark Tower and the Gunslinger. I only gave it 3 out of 5. I wasn't a fan. I just struggled with it, to be honest, so I'm hoping I might enjoy it a bit more in comic format, but we'll see. Herbology, book with a green cover. Little fires everywhere. This covers several things. So it covers herbology, book with a green cover. It covers Lalathon, another one of her favourite books. It also covers one of my 2 book club reads this month. That's what happens when you are a member of 2 book clubs. Excited to give that a read. Book with illustrations, Civil War, The Initiative, another comic. It's just one. It will take me like 10 minutes to read, if that. Nice and easy. Read a book with either one of these words in the title. Light, air, sun, water. Going for Blackwater Lake, which is a short... Oh, just need to keep all my books off. Which is a short story. It's on my Kindle, so I can't show you, but it looks really good. I'm excited to read it. How many? Oh, 94 pages. That's where I got the 94 from before. So yeah, I'm excited to read that. Should be good. History of Magic, a book that you think would fit right in at the Hogwarts Library. We're going for The Hobbit. I struggled with this massively. I didn't know what the hell to put in. So we're going for The Hobbit because magic and beasts and stuff, and I haven't read it. And this is like a illustrated version, which will be obviously like a home read because it's such a big book. This also covers a book gifted to you. I've actually borrowed it, but I think that counts. It's kind of a gift, just a short-term gift. We're going with it, just go with it. Read a book published at least 5 years ago. We're going for War of the Worlds by H.G. Wells. And we're going for this because A, it's reasonably short, although the text is a little bit small. But we're going for it because I'm going seeing a live show of this on the 2nd December for my birthday with my parents. So I'd like to have read it because I've listened to the album maybe like 150 times. I'm obsessed with it, but it would be nice to know the story, the book story of it as well, because I wasn't a fan of the film, the Tom Cruise film. I just didn't think it was that good. They didn't have the rights to the music. It spoiled it. Could have been better. Was not a fan at all. So yeah, really excited to go see this show though. It's going to be fab. History of Magic, a book that's at least 400 pages long. It had to be Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, didn't it? Again, I'm going to listen to this book because it's ginormous, unnecessarily big. Well, completely necessary because we need the story, let's face it. 607 pages. So I'm going to listen to it. Another Audible. I think I'm listening to guaranteed 3 books this month, but I may add a couple of the others on as well that I really want to get through, so we'll see. Possibly, potentials. I don't ruin any of these books. Where are we? Muggle Studies, read a book written by one of your favourite authors. I went round in circles with this because I have a few favourite authors, but I've gone for Second Son by Lee Child because it's very, very short. 32 pages to be exact. It's a Jack Reacher story, short story, so should be easy peasy. I actually had like 5 of those in here before I went and changed my mind and added a load of new books that were a lot bigger than the short stories. I just really want to read all of these books. So, carrying on with that, Muggle Studies, read a biography. We're going, Second Son's on my Kindle as well, by the way. So is this one. We're going for Through a Mother's Tears, which is about a woman who lost her daughter to a murderer, killed her daughter, and then her second daughter died from essentially a broken heart. So yeah, I don't know, it's going to be interesting, it's going to be heartbreaking, but I think it's going to be a good read. Again, it's only a short one, it's 102 pages, so it should be good. If you can say that about a book of that type, we'll see. Last one for, where are we? Muggle Studies is read a retelling. We're going for Legend by Marie Lu. On the back of this book it says based on a retelling of Les Mis, which I had no idea about when I bought it. So it works out that that's perfect. I read The Young Elites for my owls, so I'm excited to read this because I actually really love her writing. We'll see how this goes. Last 3 books. Told you this was going to be a long one. Transfiguration, a book with a grey cover. We're going for Small Wars, again by Lee Child, another short story, 44 pages, again on my Kindle. It does have a grey cover. It looks slightly blue, but I'm telling you it's grey, so you're going to listen to me. Read a book from an author you haven't read anything before. We're going for Truth Witch by Susan Dennard. I have never read anything from her before. This is a big book. It is also my second book club read. That's my chair, I apologise. I'm on a swivel chair and it makes it in. Excited to read that, really looking forward to it. And then the last one, read a book that's set in a kingdom, has a royal. Going for Snow Like Ashes. I have recorded this video 5 times and every single time I said Snow of Ashes. Every single time. Snow Like Ashes. This could have gone for a grey cover actually. Never mind. This is G Book Roast's Book in a Jar for November, October, November. So actually probably like a 3rd book club read if you like. Don't know why I do these things to myself. So to recap, that's all of my books. I'm not going to go through them all again, but to recap for the other readathons, for Lalathon, I'm reading Little Fires Everywhere and The Martian, so that's 2. And then for the Readathin challenge, a book that's been in TBR for over a year, that could be either of the Harry Potter books, Fantastic Beasts, or Hobbit, so there's 4 there. A book gifted to you, The Hobbit. A book with fall coloured cover, we said we were going to go for the Dark Tower comics and non-traditional format. I've got audio, I've got mangas, I've got graphic novels, I've got Kindle books, I have got comics. I've already said that, have I? I don't know. I'm covering all bases with all of these books, so that's fine. And then read the group book. Oh no, dress code for small towns. Said I wasn't going to do that. The other one was read a book in a cosy spot. So I tend to read in bed, which is cozy, or on my sofa, which is cozy because it's a corner sofa, and I sit right in the corner with a blanket and a brew and a couple of biscuits and just nestling with the fire on and a couple of candles. It's dead cozy. So we're gonna try and nail it. I am gonna try and do like a weekly vlog on the weekend, let you know how I've got on for that week. I'm not great with like my editing and stuff yet, so I don't want to do like bits in the week because I don't know fully how to put them together, cut them, paste them back in, and all that rubbish. It's not rubbish at all, and all that stuff. So I might just do like a weekend vlog and let you know how I've got on for that week. I think that would be a good idea. Yes, that's what I'm going to do. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you have any opinions on the books I've said, if you think there are any that I should read before any others, I have got some sort of method in my head of how I'm going to do this. So what I'm going to do is read Ancient Ruins first because they're the shortest books in it, just to get a sense of achievement and that I've covered a full subject already, because I can nail that in like a day. And then I'm going to I'm going to start any that I've got audibles for. So I'm going to start off with History of Magic because of Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince audio. So I'm going to read that listen to that first, and then I'm going to get on to Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows and Northern Lights for Defense Against the Dark Arts. My mind just went blank then. And then other than that, it's kind of a free-for-all. I suppose Transfiguration with Truth Witch and Snow Like Ashes needs to be a priority because they're 2 book club reads. And then again, Herbology with Little Fires Everywhere and Martian, which is astronomy, is priority because they're part of Lalathon. Just need to prioritise. I'm going to put them in order of priority on my bookshelf, but I didn't want to go through them in order of priority because that would have confused the hell out of me. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you will follow along with my weekly vlogs if that's what I do decide to do, and I hope I haven't bored you too much. If you have read any of these books and you did enjoy them, or you hated them, or you recommend I read them first, or whatever, please let me know in the comments below. And if you did enjoy this, please subscribe. I hope you all have a fantastic Halloween. Be nice to the kids, or if you're not answering the door, make sure your lights are off so they don't knock on. And I will see you all soon. Bye.